Hello, everybody. This is the GoCast, and I'm one of your hosts, Brandon. Joined along with me are my other two hosts, Alex and Ming.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
And we have a special guest today, Ivan.
Hello.
Woo!
Welcome back.
And-
Oh, not welcome back.
What the fuck?
Welcome.
This guy already
welcome.
messed it up, dude.
Welcome, Ivan.
Thank you.
Thank you
Glad to
for
be
coming
here.
in.
And this episode is going to be the conclusion of our season 1. Right? Isn't that exciting, guys? Aren't you excited about that?
We are very excited. There are big things planned for season 2.
Big moves.
Big moves, big moves.
Big moves.
But we also really
Expanding.
enjoyed season 1 and all the people listening and supporting us.
Yeah, dude. All right, but anyways, how are you guys this week? How's it going so far?
Let's see. Okay, I'll start. I finally got my second shot, and because of the 80 hours thing that California gives us, I took advantage of that. So I got 3 days off along with the 2 weekends. So I had 5 days off, which is a great break. I needed it because my back was really hurting from sitting so much and working.
Oh,
So I just really needed that break. And for the first 2 days, though, I did get like a slight fever. So I was resting and sleeping a lot. The third day, I was fine. Besides, my arm was still really sore and kind of like bruised up this time, swollen.
Oh, so you actually
Uh,
got side effects.
Yeah, it was hurting quite a lot. But during the weekend yesterday, all of us went to this hot pot and Korean barbecue party or kickback, I should say. And it was really successful and I had a really good time. Yeah, that's my week.
that's good.
Yeah.
What about you, Ming?
So talking about Alex, his last shot, 3 of my coworkers actually got their second dose that week as well.
Wait, so all your coworkers are out?
No,
Or what?
no. They got the vaccine, right? But then 2 out of 3 of them just came to work like as if it's nothing.
Oh, what the? They're monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then one guy he got sick, dude. He got a fever, he got chills and stuff. So he took 1 day off and he came back on Friday.
I took 3 days.
Dude, you're disgusting. You disgust me.
He's hella extra, dude. He's like
Dude.
one of those guys that got like a splinter and he needs like to go to the doctor and shit like that.
Hey, man, I'm just like, hey, it's there, right? I'm gonna take advantage of it. Hey, okay.
He's like, oh man, I stubbed my toe, dude. I need to go to the doctors. I need to go to the dentist too.
I felt kind of bad, but all my supervisor asked was the picture of my card, the proof that I got the shot and like when I got it. And that's all I did. And then they're like, okay, we're just going to adjust your thing for you.
Oh, I think it
I'm
might
just
be
like, cool.
because quite a few of your coworkers might have gotten or taken days off.
Yeah, I think since it's like state given and all that, they're just not really going to question you, especially when I got my shot just the day before. So I'll take it.
That's,
I mean,
that's
some
pretty
people
good.
some people really did get side effects though. So
I did. I got a little bit. So, I mean, it was still pretty bad. I had to sleep a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
to
I
recover.
don't think I could be working like really focused in that condition. So anyways, how's your week, Ming?
But yeah, it's all right. I guess the highlight of it is probably the gathering we had yesterday.
Oh, you didn't have anything else going on during your week?
Honestly, I can't even remember.
What
I've
the
been so
fuck?
tired.
But
I've been so-
bro, you always say you're tired, dude.
No, I can't remember because then like all the days been more or less the same. I know at work stuff is starting to pick up. I know next week it's gonna be super busy for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's exciting.
And Ivan, right?
Yeah, Ivan,
Yeah.
how's your week?
Pretty boring. Yesterday was also the highlight for me.
Oh,
I got gout recently, so I couldn't really do much.
Oh my god, gal sounds like actually like disgusting, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think I got gout
Jesus.
once too.
Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten the gout, but then my parents made me eat some lobster the other day, and it just kind of hit me.
Oh, shit.
No.
Oh no.
So
Well,
what can and can't you eat for gout?
You can't eat hella stuff. for
Yeah,
gout.
so basically you avoid it's
even like certain vegetables you can't eat. Like
I mean you can eat veggies, it's just mostly like food with like high proteins like seafood,
Oh.
some like
Well,
red meat.
I don't know. It's because my dad has gout too, and he avoids some vegetables. He said, "Oh, this causes gout as well."
Your dad has gout too?
Yeah, he has bad gout. He has super bad gout.
Shit.
It's not great, dude.
Gotta be careful, Brandon.
He's like, I can't eat any of the steak I made, so I'm just eating this chicken.
Might be hereditary, dude.
Yeah, we know.
I mean, if you just work out and stay active, you should be fine. For the most case.
Yeah, I haven't worked out this whole week, so bring on the gout.
So that it's basically like red tenderness and redness around the joints.
Yeah, like where like the big toe is
Uh-huh.
usually. Occasionally, like the small toe.
It's like a piercing pain, right? Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I had gout, it was like the arc where my foot was. It swelled up to the size of Kingdom Come.
I feel like I heard
I
from
think
someone
my
who had
mom has it.
I heard from someone who had gout, and they were like, it's kind of like feels like shards of glass in your joints, like pretty painful.
Yeah. Even touching it hurts.
I had a classmate back in college. He was like 20 years old and he had kidney stone and gout.
Oh man.
That sucks.
It's like, oh man,
Holy
this guy's like
crap.
20 years old.
Dude, I'm always like fearful of getting like a kidney stone. Like, I want to pee it out.
yeah. So
That sounds so painful.
I drink a lot of water because of it. My fear of kidney stone.
Yeah, because it's
'Cause
like
my dad
man,
has it.
it's
So
just like a stone making its way through your pee, dude. It doesn't sound that appealing. So,
Anyways, Ivan, you got anything that you want to share?
And not really.
Not really. Okay. How about you, Brandon?
how about me?
That's yeah.
Oh, I had class this week and it was terrible
I'm
Yeah.
because it was every day at 8 a.m. EST. So I had to get up at 4 in the morning and then get ready for class for 8 hours for 4 days in a row. And then
That's tough. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of hard to focus
man.
when you don't sleep that much too. And then like at the end of it, I was like stressing out because like there's an optional exam, of course, but you should generally take it for your certificate. And I was stressing out about that, and I barely passed, but I passed.
Congrats.
Yeah, and then we had the whole barbecue yesterday, and that was fun as hell.
Oh,
And
so fun.
Freaking Alex keeps beating me in beer pong. I hate this guy.
Dude, we were close. We were close.
Oh man.
Oh man, hey, dude, one of those games you got carried by Kevin.
I did.
Holy
We got carried hella
moly.
hard.
Yeah.
It's like hit or miss. Like I don't know. Sometimes I'm just feeling it. Sometimes I'm just trash. I don't know.
Dude, I feel like with that game, sometimes it's just like you just have to not think about aiming and just throw it.
There's just at one point, Alex and Kevin were just taunting Stevie and the other Brandon.
Yeah, it's like, man, freaking Kevin's like an anime character, dude.
They were like
Making all
fucking-
these.
they were singing Justin Bieber, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Hell of VM.
Yeah, we were BMing people, but karma got to us.
Dude, I loved playing King's Cup though. We played King's Cup at the end.
You guys play
maybe.
King's Cup?
Yeah, we played at the end, and then someone made a rule for Lexon to drink twice.
Oh
So
yeah, that's
when he takes
that's
a
Lawrence. Wait, is that no? That's Lawrence. I think
it
right?
was Lawrence. Yeah, and he was like, make a rule for Lexon. If Lexon drinks, he has to take another drink.
Dude, I really like the first row where Lexa had to twerk, but we didn't get there.
I know.
I know.
Only
dude, and
Alex
then-
got there, dude.
Yeah, freaking. What was it? Was it Kevin? Yeah, it was Kevin that turned it against me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, I remember people are too nice for the King's Cup though. Putting in Diet Coke for two
Yeah.
kings. I was like, okay.
I mean, Kevin didn't even finish any. Like he took a sip or something.
Yeah, I mean, next time we got to play the real deal,
Yeah.
But then it has to be like earlier because like you can't do it at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty fun. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the topic this week, and our topic this week is about depression because it's Mental Awareness Month. So we're gonna talk about that today. So here's a question: like, what do you guys define as depression? Like in your own thinking?
I think depression is just like a how do I just explain it? It's just like a rainy cloud that's constantly over you. You're constantly not just feeling sad, but there's all sorts of negative emotions that's coming out as well. It's just you're feeling
Yeah, I know. I understand.
And you're feeling like incompetent,
It's
you're like
like
not
kind of like a feeling of like hopelessness.
hopelessness. You feel like unworthy on whatever it is. You might not think you're smart enough. Maybe you're not rich enough, or you just feel useless. You feel therefore feeling unmotivated to do things. You give up easily. I think it's a mindset that you then put yourself in of being unable to achieve anything. It's just a vicious cycle of feeling worthless and not motivated and not accomplishing things that you want to accomplish, and then comparing yourself with society is it's just a cycle, and then you're just in a deeper and deeper hole that's harder and harder to get out. I think that's depression for me
Yeah, makes sense.
that I feel. How about you guys? Ivan, what do you think? Do you agree with what I said, or do you have
I
some other
agree.
stuff that you want to
I definitely
add?
agree. Like what you said, it's definitely like a vicious cycle where you just kind of feel like everything in your life is going like wrong. You can't control it.
Okay, so the feeling of being out of control
Yeah, it's
with
like
with
Yeah.
your life.
It's like a very shitty mental, basically. Like you can't do anything and it's like fucked up.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
no matter no, like no
It's
matter
like
how
no
much
matter how hard you try, it's like, oh god. It's sad.
yeah, it's like also like no matter like whoever like all the support you get from your family, friends, it just doesn't feel like it'll help. Like it just feels like it's all on you. Like you have to be the one to solve it, but like you really don't know how because you're depressed.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It often brings up to anxiety, what our topic from 2 weeks ago. The feeling of out of control, it causes anxiety. That's why a lot of people put depression and anxiety at the same. They talk about it in the same sentence. How about you, Ming?
Yeah, yeah. You basically said everything that I agree with. Depression definitely is it's definitely more than just being sad. It's like the whole concept of like can't do what you wanted to do kind of feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of hindering you on doing functioning normally, doing normal things.
You kind of build your negative thoughts kind of prevent you from doing things that
Yeah, yeah.
you really should be doing for
Should
yourself.
be doing, or maybe you have the potential of doing. However, you're just really dragging
You're
yourself
just
down.
like blocking yourself from
Blocking yourself, exactly. Blocking yourself from
from
ideas,
learning,
yeah, from learning,
having
exactly.
ideas,
Yep.
being more
Mhm.
like progressive in your life, or
Yeah,
goals, setting goals for yourself.
I think we're all very capable people, but just getting through that is a very tough thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do.
I feel like it's definitely some of it's caused by like challenges in life too, like finding a job, or if you have a job, then you have like responsibilities to do or to set for yourself for improvement as well.
So according to the DSM-5, depression is defined as a period of at least 2 weeks when a person experiences a depressed mood or loss of interest or pleasure in daily activities and had a majority of specific symptoms such as problem with sleep, eating, energy, concentration, or self-worth. And DSM-5 is a diagnostic statistic manual of mental disorder.
Yeah, that definition sounds about right.
It's pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
But what do you guys think about when they say a period of at least 2 weeks?
I think that's pretty accurate, I guess, because
So
like
2 weeks of what again? Sorry.
2 weeks of feeling depressed, like
Yeah.
two full weeks
Like
before
2
they
full
like
weeks.
diagnose you to be depressed, I guess.
Yeah, or having depression.
So they're saying like they have to monitor you for two full weeks to determine if you have depression.
Yeah,
Well, not
Well,
monitor you for 2
it's
weeks.
more
but,
like if you have the feeling of like hopelessness, sadness, and that stuff that's associated with depression. If you're feeling it for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, then you're depressed.
you're categorized as having depression.
Yeah,
I guess so. I know people that have depression for the longest time.
because like I know it's like I feel like it has to be like a pretty decent time period, because some people can feel like sad and then rebound from it and be happy again, but depression definitely just lingers the whole time.
There are two kinds of like not specifically two kinds, but there's like a psychologist. I watched a video and then he was defining depression in two two different kinds of it. I do not know the terms. I should know it. I'm gonna try to look it up. But yeah, I think one of them is because of your situation, that's really caused your downfall in a sense. But once you could bring yourself out of that situation, oftentimes when I say situation, it's money wise or living situation. So, or maybe relationship, and people are often depressed because of that current thing that they're in. And when they're taken out from it, if they get a better job, if they move out, if they get out of this toxic relationship, then they're back to being functioning again, if you will. And there's another kind of depression. I think you mentioned it, Brandon, where it's really lingering, long lasting. And there's really even more complicated than your situation that you're in. It's really something within yourself and your mental that you really need to figure out. And no matter what other stuff they put you in, if you can't get yourself out and be good with yourself, then you will always stay in that zone, So I find that pretty interesting how he talked about these two different kinds of depression in people. Yeah, I just want to just ask maybe a more personal, what caused the depression that maybe you guys faced before, no matter how serious it is? Is it because of family background or living situation, relationship, or education, or financial stuff? What is the main thing that is causing it, if you guys would like to share? Or it could be like multiple different kind of things that's kind of bringing you down. Ivan, would you like to start and share a little bit?
Sure. For me, it's generally just like, I guess I've had it, I've had depression since I was like a child. So everything kind of hits me a lot harder. And it definitely does make me feel like it's a lot harder for me to like grow up and like face certain situations. Because I'm like so bounded by like everything from the past.
When you say your childhood, is it because of your social relationship with other kids, or is it with your parents, or was it just the stress of schoolwork, or you're not fitting in? And what is it that's like
It was definitely like
not making?
more like with my like social life and parents.
Okay, just a lot of expectations from your
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, like a
And
lot of expectations, and also like I didn't have like a lot of confidence in myself as a kid as well. So like, kids like my classmates and stuff would like notice that and take advantage of that and, you know, bully me and stuff.
okay, so you went through a lot of bullying in at school, so that just causes depression, which I understand.
Yeah.
I think my sister went through that as well, like elementary and middle school, and that really changed her, I think. How about as of right now, what would you say?
As of right now, definitely it's gotten better, I can say for sure. But like there's always that like lingering feeling for me. It's really hard to get away from.
Like, do you feel you can't accomplish anything, or like how does your everyday, like, you wake up and you're just kind of in a bad mood, you're
I mean, it's
unmotivated, is it like that? Or
definitely like I wouldn't say I'm in a bad mood, but I would probably be like a lot more unmotivated to do anything. I would like wake up, lay in bed for like an hour or two before like actually forcing myself to get up.
how about you guys, Brandon, Ming?
Uh, I feel like for me, it's more like I guess like the expectation to be like successful in life, and also like I don't know, during college I had pretty bad social anxiety too. It's like I don't know, it became pretty lonely, kind of depressed. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's like yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense from what you were saying uh, in our anxiety episode.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
expectations, and also the worrying about the future. And
It's like
yeah,
very excessive worrying about
yeah,
the future.
I'm pretty sure you put yourself on a very high standard as well, and
Yeah, and
I
then
feel like you
not
give yourself a lot of pressure. Is
it's
that
like
true?
not being able to meet that standard
Yeah,
kind of irritates me, but also like stuff that I do like have interest in, it kind of like demotivates me to do. Like I kind of like just like block myself from doing it,
right.
even though I like really want to. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna learn this today, and then I'm like, well, not gonna happen. And it's like, yeah, kind of demoralizing. Think about.
Okay.
Yep.
How about you, Ming?
Um, so there are two instances where I felt like super depressed in life. Once was back in college, where, like I mentioned before about anxiety, same as Brandon, I didn't know what to do, and I was super scared to like just ask anyone for help, and I felt like I was alone the entire time. And eventually, I mean, I did end up being alone doing my senior project, but yeah, that was a pretty scary, pretty sad
Dude.
too. So the story of what happened during senior project was that we had a project, and because it was so open ended, you can choose any category or like you can do whatever you want, right? There's like no
There's like no set guidelines for it.
yeah, there's no set guidelines for it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it was really hard to decide on something, right? Especially when you kind of don't really know anything.
Yeah, makes sense.
And like I didn't know what resources we have, what we can do, and my group, they said that you can choose your own group as well, right? But like I don't really interact with my classmates, at least in my major. So I was paired up with like some other people who were like left over as well. And then eventually they just dropped out of the group like one by one.
So like,
man.
what was the reason for them dropping out? Is it just because like,
So one guy, he wasn't really keeping up with what our group wanted, and he just decides to, just do his own project since it's easier for him and for everyone else. Because we always have to fill him in, and it's kind of inconvenient because he's not really communicating. So he said that it was easier for him to just do his own project, and then it was eventually me and this other guy, and then the other guy couldn't do it either, saying like he had depression, anxiety as well. And for him it was really bad to the point where he just didn't go to any class, and then he eventually dropped out of the major.
I see.
Oh man,
Yeah.
dude, that's impressive that you pull through though.
Oh man, I felt it too because I didn't want to do this stupid ass project either.
Dude,
Oh
no,
yeah,
I-
shit.
but-
Yo, I had that too during my senior design because we did like a mechanical design project, but none of us knew mechanical stuff. So, and then we didn't have weekly meetings in person. So
Yeah, we didn't have those
it
either.
pissed me the frick off. I was like, why are we meeting about this? Like, you can't designate people to like they designated me to try to do calculations, but I was like so flustered. I didn't know what to do because like working in a team, you should be like working together and having your thoughts on it. But they're just like, we're
Dude,
not gonna
group
do
work
that.
is always hard, man.
Yeah, it's hard, especially with like people you don't really work with, so you don't know their ethics and stuff as
You
well.
don't know their ethics.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What's the other instance you said you had?
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back after this message.
And we're back.
Back from the ads.
Okay, I just want to talk about myself a little bit, and then we can move on. For me, it was during school as well, and specifically in college, where I was in computer science, and to be honest, I was not trying my hardest and doing my best, and that really fucks me up, especially with such a hard major. So during my introduction class of Python, I was not like really studying this new language, and oftentimes I would rely on my lab partner, so I wasn't really making the progress that everyone was making. And when it went to next quarter, the classes that I took was like 10 times harder than the introduction class, and I was just caught off guard. I couldn't do it. They have us programming like Othello or something, and then I got really depressed because I was just spending my weekends at a library till like 12 a.m. trying to do this project and have one of my classmates helping me, and I felt like I was getting nowhere. The guy was getting frustrated, and I was just beating on myself, just like, man, first of all, I was like, man, I'm so dumb. I can't understand this shit. I don't know how people can. And so I just felt like I was worthless. I was wasting my time. And also during that time I was like in academic probation. That was another thing. So I'm on contract and I didn't want to get kicked out of school. So I was just hella depressed for a moment until I switched majors. But that was another hard thing to do as well. And after that, I think it was like after college where I was comparing myself to a lot of people, not only my friends, my brother, just strangers as well, on seeing their accomplishments, seeing how much they are getting paid. And that really fucked with my mental as well, because I was just looking at other people and felt like I'm not doing much. I didn't live up to the expectations, and it was hard for me to kind of accept where I am and how I can go forward. So that was the times where it has been really bad for me. And right now it's just all about having a good mental and keep on pushing forward and trying to not compare myself to other people.
True. It's
But yeah,
always always
yeah.
tough though, because
Yeah,
in
that's still working on it.
in this like society, I feel like you just think everyone's judging you for what you're worth, basically.
Yeah.
When that's like not actually the case. Yeah, but
Yeah, but you could take it over. I just wanted to ask about people's experiences.
yeah, but I know what you feel. I had similar because I wanted to do computer engineering when I went to college, but I was kind of unsure about it, and they put me in undeclared life science because they didn't have undeclared engineering. So I started taking like chemistry and stuff, and I wanted to switch over, but then I got put into an online only lecture for introduction to C++.
Yes.
And then, when you're in the dorms, freshman, there's really no chance to focus, especially like when people come in and out of your room.
Yeah.
So that kind of like deterred me. And then the next quarter, I got put into 2 coding classes with separate languages. And I thought that was just horrendous because, I could, if I had struggled with one language, I couldn't do 2. So I had to switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's similar to my situation.
Yeah.
We got through it though.
I was like, oh,
we are here.
Yeah, we're here. We made
I
it.
can imagine how like the despair that you were feeling at that moment of you're just panicking. You're like, I was panicking because my financial aid was on the line. Like,
dude, when you
all
panic
that.
like that, it's like so stressful. Oh
Dude,
my
I
god.
remember like I called my mom. I was like fucking crying my ass.
Oh, that
I was
happened
like,
to me too.
I was like, Mom, I
Yeah.
can't do this. I fucking can't do this fucking coding. I'm just stupid or something. I was I'm not trying hard. It's my fault.
I mean, it's like the
I
same
don't know what
thing.
to do, dude. I remember that, man.
When I tried to do that graduate school thing for like mechanical engineering too, I was like, oh, I can't do this, dude. It's too much.
It's really hard.
Like, especially like switching majors to that, and there wasn't like, because like my major classes were like, since material science is such a multidisciplinary subject, it kind of just went all over the place. I was like, oh.
And you did mention that you wanted to be more focused on one thing, right?
Yeah, I want to be more focused on one thing rather than, all these different subject matters that don't really apply. Like, sure, it's interesting, but doesn't really help in the end.
I just want to ask Ivan a little bit. Do you have any like specific examples that
What do you mean?
so you talked about bullying as the early age. How about now? What kind of stuff are you facing now?
Right now, I guess it's just like me being able to do nothing with myself. Like, I can't control it, but I can't get a job right now. And these are all like external factors I really can't control, but it's taking a toll on me because there's nothing I can do about it.
Right. You can only just keep applying and hope for the
Yeah, I
best.
feel like that's how it is with job hunting.
Yeah.
That was my second incident of depression too.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, I got really depressed. When
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
That's-
I couldn't find a job
Dude, that's
for
what-
like
that's-
a year. Oh
yeah,
my God.
that's what I was gonna bring up, because me and Ming, we would like text each other and just be like, "Yo, any luck today?" we're on Indeed. and
Dude,
stuff.
you know, the saddest part is like when you get like an interview, and then when you go to the interview and you feel like a dumb piece of shit.
Oh, that happens. Oh my God.
Like I remember going to an interview, and I think it's just because like I had like anxiety about going to it, because I would forget what to talk about too.
I remember I went to one with you, Brandon.
Yeah, I hated that one. I hate when people like judge you for what you did. Like, Like,
Yeah, that sucks.
Dude, what's even worse was that like so me and Alex we text each other about it like every day about like, oh man, did you get an interview or blah blah blah, or did you like what did you apply for and stuff like that. And then at some point Alex started getting interviews and I wasn't. I was like, fuck man.
Yeah. I had to be like, it's okay, man. You got this. It's something will come.
I
remember
know
that.
I know
I
it's
remember that.
not your fault, but it's not my fault either. But then like it kind
Just-
of like your mentality is
Yeah,
like,
just that feeling.
yeah,
Yeah.
taking it upon yourself that like, oh man, what could I have done better and stuff like that. I was like, oh
yeah,
man.
thinking about like, oh, I should have did that internship in second year of college or something.
But yeah,
But then-
Ivan, you just got to push on, man.
Yeah, like recently
Yeah.
I had a job coming, signed all the paperwork and stuff, and then like right before I start, they're like they got delayed, and then they're like, oh, now you're on wait list.
That's kind of
That's
bullshit.
some
though.
bullshit, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a dick move. Not
That's
gonna lie.
Yeah, like, I had a start date and
approved you.
everything.
They proved
Yeah.
you to start, and it's like
Yeah, I had a start date and everything. Then it's like, oh, we're delaying you because
Like,
the background check
literally-
wasn't done.
that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So
I'm just
that really
angry
hit me
about
hard.
that one,
Like
dude.
I was so excited. I finally got a job and stuff. I signed the paperwork, got a start date, and then all got delayed. Now I'm on like some wait list.
Yeah, you landed everything too. It's
Yeah.
like it's just not fair. Like why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
How?
I was like, what the fuck?
That is bullshit, dude. We were
Yeah.
all very excited for you, especially
Yeah.
on where you will be working and
Yeah, I was excited.
what
to get
department
some
that you'll be
graphic
in.
cards, dude.
So, oh man, hopefully you get something better and that's meant for you.
Yeah.
Or maybe they will turn up again and be like, okay, can you start? Hopefully you get that email or something.
Yeah, I've been like talking to the recruiter about it like every week. So
Yeah, just keep in touch with that recruiter or other
Keep
recruiters.
pushing on, brother.
Yeah, keep pushing on, man.
Yeah.
But we totally understand that feeling. Should we bring out some statistics and facts, Brandon, or you want?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this is from WHO, the World Health Organization website on depression. Just some key facts that they listed is that depression is a common mental disorder. Globally, more than 264 million people of all ages suffer from depression. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide and is a major contributor to the overall global burden of disease. Third point, more women are affected by depression than men. That I didn't know. Depression can lead to suicide. There are effective psychological and pharmacological treatments for moderate and severe depression. Those are the kind of the facts that they put out.
So when you said women get depression more easily than men, that is true because whenever a woman miscarry, they actually are more depressed because of some sort of hormones in their brain.
I understand that. Do you know any other reasons for women being are affected by depression than men?
I mean, honestly, it could be anything. It could be a whole bunch of stuff too.
A whole bunch of okay.
Like it could be, like their gender roles or roles in their family, expectations. It's just a whole bunch of different stuff that can cause that woman to have higher chance of depression than men.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. I did not know that. What do you guys think?
I feel like it's also because like their empathy is like a lot higher for us girls too. So they could also like, intake like the depression or self-talk from other people.
Yeah, okay. And then maybe like outside thing like vibes or not vibes, but like, outside
just occurrences.
Occurrences and stuff for other people's mood. It can greatly affect their own as well.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
I feel like
that
huge
makes sense.
part of depression too is like financial situation, like worrying about like financially.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things for me right now because like that's why I really want a job.
That was me when I was job searching too. So after graduating for 1 year, I was looking for a job. At the same time, I had to start paying for student loans, but I didn't have an income.
Yeah.
The grace period is gonna ending, right? You're gonna hit with like interest and stuff.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, dude, I end up having to pay for the student loan even without a job. Is whatever money I have left over, or even asking my parents. I was like, oh shit, dude, feels hella bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate asking my parents for money.
Same here.
I don't want to like burden them anymore than I have to.
Same.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just to continue a little bit, there's a little overview. Just want to point out some stuff. So, depression affected person can suffer greatly and function poorly at work, at school, and in family and relationships. And like we said before, at its worst, depression can lead to suicide. So close to 800,000 people die due to suicide every year. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in 15 to 29-year-olds. That's actually really young. That's pretty shocking to me. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's that demographic is pretty accurate because like it's like the transition from school to adulthood,
Right.
which gets a lot of people get into depression because like the expectations and
Yes,
whatnot.
yes. I also want to point out, like, at your young, like teen age and trying to transition to young adults, like, the high school experience can be terrible. Like Ivan said, the bullying from people,
Bullying,
that expect
relationships.
relationships, and even right now, just the influence of social media as well can really bring someone down.
Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
So, effective treatments for mental disorders, between 76% and 85% of people in low and middle income countries receive no treatment for their disorder. So barriers to effective care include a lack of resources, lack of trained healthcare providers, and social stigma associated with mental disorders. Another barrier to effective care is inaccurate assessment. So what do you guys think about that? People aren't getting their treatment because of these barriers.
I think that's pretty accurate, especially in the US.
Yeah.
Mental health is not a real focus of the medical industry.
I mean, until recently, I think a lot of like healthcares are giving out like free mental health as their benefits now.
Yeah, but like, like before it was
Yeah, before.
awful.
I mean, there's also the fear of going to see the mental health clinic too, because a lot of people are afraid to like take that first step.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're depressed, you definitely just block yourself from taking any first step for anything.
Yeah. And then, so lastly, in countries of all income levels, people who are depressed are often not correctly diagnosed, and others who do not have the disorder are too often misdiagnosed and prescribed antidepressants.
I see.
I feel like, yeah, that's kind of scary.
That is scary, but
I mean, people will try to reach out to the drugs first, the antidepressants to numb their pain, to numb the emotions. And I feel like doctors as well are too quick to prescribe these antidepressants to people, especially young people. That's also because of there's some politics behind that. I think we won't go into. But what do you guys think about that?
I feel like it depends on your doctor too, because some doctors, especially like the younger ones, definitely care more about your well-being than the older ones. Because the older ones are more like, just get them diagnosed and prescribed.
Yeah, and then I think at least I was watching this like Joe Rogan podcast. Someone was talking, and then they're like, these doctors are encouraged to push out these drugs to people to sell them. That's the whole political side, I guess.
True. Yeah.
That's shady stuff definitely happens.
It's how it is, especially with like the whole pharma industry.
Yeah.
Like everything has to cost something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something else. It's something else entirely, though. It's not really related.
Yeah, that's all I got. You got anything, Ming?
I guess we can talk about how we're, keeping our depression in check and like what we're doing to preventing that depression to be more severe.
We could definitely get into that. I was asking if you have any more stats.
Oh, no.
Before Brandon takes it away, yeah.
I mean, my statistics are kind of old, like back in 2017, so it's kind of irrelevant, yeah.
Yeah. For sure, we could talk about how some of the proper ways that people are dealing with it, how we are dealing with it, and then maybe close it out. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, so the ways I deal with it are exercising. Like it really like, I need to get buff, kind of like going to be
just have a set goal, right?
Yeah,
like you want to get buff.
Have set goals for yourself, even though it's like it might be hard. Just try to get up and do something every day.
Yeah. Any small thing is like a accomplishment,
Yeah, like a motivator,
right? Like
get
you wake
buff.
up, you do your bed, you did your bed, you did the laundry. Okay, I did that.
You
Or,
took
yeah,
care of
get
yourself.
buff.
You fed yourself.
Yeah.
Drink water, not alcohol.
Yep. Yes. Stay away from the alcohol.
Yeah.
Stay away from it.
So yeah, that's been like a big help for me. Yeah, but you know, it's always a struggle to really deal with it because it really does hit you hard sometimes, and you know,
Yeah. You just gotta remember to keep pushing on.
keep pushing on
Yeah.
and try not to think too negatively about it. Even, but that's harder than it is, of course.
How
What
about
about
you?
you,
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Ivan?
For me, it just I guess everything you do kind of like really affects what you want to do. I guess like for me, I've just been trying to like push myself to go gym like a lot more often.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and then I try to like make it a go to at least like apply to like 3 to 5 jobs a day just to like keep myself going.
It's a good goal.
Yeah.
That happened to me. And is there some days where you just like didn't feel like applying at all?
I mean, yeah, there are just some days
True.
where I just don't feel like doing anything at all. I just want to lay in bed.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I've had that too many times when I job hunted.
Dude, the job hunt, I remember there's one time or a few times when like you're trying to apply for stuff and you're just looking at like applications and you're like, oh man, these are the ones I just saw yesterday.
Oh man, dude, I hate it when you look at job applications and just like the more you look at it, you just get really demotivated.
Oh yeah, I get
You're
that
like,
too.
I don't even
Oh,
want to
shit.
apply to this, but I should apply to this. First no experience, I'm like, oh, it looks like I didn't do it. Oh, but I don't really want to
Yeah,
apply.
and then it's like there's another thing where you apply to somewhere that you like, and then you feel like you have a good chance. Like you wrote a good cover letter, you're confident, and then you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
hear from them for a long time, or
You don't
just
even
get
hear from them.
or,
Period.
yeah, or you just get like a
Man, I hate
rejection
getting ghosted.
email. Like that just like brings you down, because I was like, when I was replying, I was like looking at Discord.
Oh, everyone apply
There's-
for Discord,
Yeah,
dude.
there's a thing that I think I can do, so I applied to it, and I was like, okay, maybe I could get an interview chance at least. And
Even I applied to Discord, dude.
yeah, this seems like a great place to work. But
Yeah, it
I
does.
did too.
Yeah.
I was like pretty confident in my like really cringy cover letter.
I hate cover letters, man. I felt so cringe.
I just don't do cover
I
letters.
felt extra
I mean,
cringe writing it.
I mean, for the role I did for Discord, it was like cover letter required. So
Oh,
yeah, they required a cover letter.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that
see.
too.
Yeah.
I remember I just made a template cover letter because I was a lazy fuck. I just used the same thing over and over.
The problem is that like it's hard, especially when we don't have experience for starting out.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't do anything like job related or research or
Yeah.
anything like mentorship related in college, like it's really hard
It's so hard.
because
Yeah.
school only teaches you about subjects you're never going to use.
All right. Anything else, Ivan?
that's it.
Okay, so you're saying you have a goal of applying jobs every day, and you exercise a lot as well
Yeah, I think.
to keep yourself
thi-
busy.
Yeah, I think like keeping yourself busy is like one of the big steps into like trying to improve. Anyways, like
Yeah.
what are you gonna do if you're doing nothing and all
Yeah.
you do is like be sad?
Yeah. It's
That's
like
a good
you just
mentality
gotta-
to start. Yeah.
Yeah.
think negatively about everything. But you know, I'm just a lazy fuck. I don't
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get lazy too, but
dude, I
feel
get
like,
so fucking lazy.
yeah, but I think it's like sometimes just really good to push yourself. I mean, like,
Yeah,
a
of
break
course.
is nice and all, but like to keep yourself busy and not think about like negative thoughts coming into your head.
True.
Just like best to keep yourself busy. Even like talking to people, playing games with your friends, it's all just to keep yourself busy, you know.
Yeah. Apex Legends. Yeah. What? How about you, Ming?
Yeah. So for me, I think back when I was job searching, I tried to go to the gym like every day. And get up early, make my bed, stuff like that. But then job searching is just a weight game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you can apply to something so quick, and then after that, it's like you're just waiting, right?
Dude, I hate job searching because it's like, sure, you have all this free time, but you're not making money.
or like you're not doing anything.
Yeah, you're not
productive
doing
either,
something productive.
and you don't know what to do to be
It
productive
gets kind of
because
depressing.
because you don't know what you want to do in terms of career and job. So it's like, oh man,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a struggle.
yeah.
Anything else you do, Ming?
Aside from that, I try to be more outgoing. I try to hang out
Oh.
with friends some more back then.
I feel like I've been wanting to do that too in terms of like meeting strangers, but I've always had that social anxiety. Oh,
Yeah.
what do they think of me? What do I say? Like,
Yeah, but I think it gotten a lot better though, hasn't it for you at least?
a little bit, but it's still like a kind of like a mental blocking me from.
I mean, back in Excision, dude, you were talking to strangers left and right, dude.
Hey, that's
That's Excision, dude.
You have alcohol, bro. You have other factors that affect it, bro.
Brandon guys just talking to strangers left and right, and Alex was like, "Hey, man, do you even know him?" He's like, "No."
No, I was like, man, might as well because you're the both.
Yeah, it's cool.
But like in terms of like when you're like sober and everything, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, it definitely has like hard, especially if like you're scared of meeting people.
Yeah, I mean I've had that for a while.
Yeah, I think I
I
made
still
my
have that
first.
too.
I think I made my first big step for that is like just with like a couple years ago with like raid call.
Oh,
Yeah, like I just joined a random server and then I actually got to meet like a lot of like great people.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I should do
That's
that with
nice.
Discord
Cool.
too.
Yeah, like I think you met a couple of them to like Marochi and them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he was,
Myron the
like,
Tyrone.
I rolled the die.
Yeah,
I mean, I do that in like my other Discord server with my other friend too, and it's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
like I think in like 2018, I joined like the subtle Asian servers, and I actually met like a lot of like great people there too. So it's definitely,
Yeah, I think it's definitely like a progress thing. I want to do that, but like real life too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, I did meet a lot of them in real life too, and we're like good friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
That's something that Ivan has going for him.
Yeah.
He's like very social. He has a lot of
I hate meeting
Group of
strangers, dude. I'm
friends.
like, what the fuck do I ask them? Hey, how's
mean-
the weather up there?
I mean, to be fair, like I think we all start out strangers, and like you guys still gotta think about how we met each other and just put that to use.
you're right.
yeah.
What? How about you, Alex?
So exercising, you guys mentioned it, having goals, that's very important. And just try not to compare yourself to other people. And you can enforce that mindset by maybe telling yourself that their life has nothing to do with yours. You're in control of your own life. Or I just think about how like what happened is meant to be, like things are meant to be. Bad things happen to you, good things happen to you, are all meant to be, and they're all directing you to a final goal, whatever, of a person that you will become. That's how I've been thinking kind of as of late. Yeah. And you compare yourself with finance as well, then you just think of ways on how to increase your salary or think of ways to improve or have some other income instead of trying to sitting there and be sad about it. Just try to think of other ways that you could achieve something and just have goals and just be proud of yourself when you achieve small things. You take small steps towards that goal and don't downplay yourself at all. I think that's very important.
And also, if you're like in that situation where it really gets hard, you should definitely ask for help.
Yes, that's the other stuff I want to bring up. Talk about it with your friends. Have a good support group. I think talking about it is really good instead of just being alone and in your head all the time. And you could talk about it with people that's going through the same thing as well, and that way you guys can understand what each others are going through better, and maybe that way can be helpful for each other. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't suggest medication.
Yeah, I mean, medication is good, but don't be dependent on it.
Yeah. Don't just like, med's gonna solve everything. It's not. It's really still yourself, your own mind, your own mental how you look at things can really change. And also exercising, a huge thing. Exercising, releasing that stress, that toxic energy.
I think recently hiking has been like a good like release for that as well. Like,
yes.
because
Hiking is great. I play basketball. We play sometimes. That always helps me.
socializing with your friends helps.
Yeah.
Especially yesterday.
Another thing I want to bring up was loneliness. It can cause a lot of depression
loneliness
as well. I forgot to bring that up. Yeah.
That's definitely been a struggle
And
for
it's
me as
a
well.
little hard. Yeah, it's a little hard with COVID. But hey, you still gotta
It's like you just have to be
online or
very comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
That's how I would like to put it. Don't be like loneliness may be like a factor that affects like depression and all that, but most of our lives we're gonna be doing stuff on our own anyway.
So be comfortable being in your own skin by yourself, work on yourself and not rely on.
It's kind of like similar to like medication too. Don't be too dependent on other people, because it's more about your own mental that you have to work on.
Because other people are most likely dealing with their own
they have their own problems
as well. So it's really only yourself that could truly pick yourself back up, and then other people will give you a helping hand, but ultimately they can only do so much, I feel like.
True.
But yeah, just don't give up any situation you're in. You have these negative thoughts in your head telling yourself you can't do it or you're worse than other people. That's not true.
Keep pushing.
Keep pushing. You will find something that you're good at, that's meant for you. Bad things, good things happen.
This is the way.
That's the way.
Even if times make it pepping heads, this is the way.
This is the way. Okay. You learn.
You learn.
Ivan, jump on this. Give some motivational stuff.
What do you mean?
Give some motivational stuff for our listeners, man.
Guess you just gotta keep trying, because all you have in this world is yourself. Eventually, you can only rely on yourself, and that's all you have.
Yes.
But
but you're not alone in a sense where other people are definitely dealing with this. You're not alone. You got this. All right, keep pushing. Suicide not an option.
Got this. Easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
it may feel like it's the worst now, but it will always get better.
Yes, it will always get better.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't be a pussy.
No, I don't think that's good advice. I don't think it.
I think that's like the worst advice.
That's like the worst. You're probably gonna make them go into depression saying that.
If you're down because of an ex, fuck her.
Yeah.
Or fuck him. You'll find someone better.
He or she.
You don't need them.
You don't need them. You don't
got
need
this,
yourself.
man. You're a king. You're a king. You're a
capable.
queen. Okay.
Yeah. Don't be a pussy.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't be that. Don't be a pussy. Okay.
Okay, guys, just stop with the don't be the pussy. Okay?
You got this.
I don't think this is
We believe in you.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Shut up. Just be quiet.
All right.
And on that note, I this is a good way to end the episode. Our takeaways is not to not be a pussy, as being mentioned, but to take care of yourself, to get help when you need it, and honestly, just keep pushing forward with us. This has been the last episode of the first season of the Gooncast, and I am glad I've enjoyed this season. It's been fun.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Thank you, Ivan, for joining on our last episode for season 1. And Brandon, take it away.
This is the Gooncast, and we'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Next time.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. We'll be coming back with bigger things. Thank you, guys.